I think that Cannes to me has always been about creativity and the importance of ideas and of thinking. And clearly over time that has changed a lot, because how that is expressed when I first started was film and TV and print, and now clearly it's in a number of areas, and Cannes has expanded those areas. So what I hope to learn is something about trends, the impact of technology, of utilization, but all in the service of engaging people with the ideas. The most important quality that we are looking for is an idea that engages people and moves them to purchase something, moves them to prefer something. It makes some behavioral change, changes some attitude. What I think is incredibly interesting about creativity today is creativity can exist in product utilization. Let me just give you an example about that and how technology can make a difference to what we do, and that's why I think toolkits are very interesting. We have a brand called Elevit in China. It's a brand that helps women in pregnancy. Very interestingly, in China, men do not go to their women's first scan. It's just not acceptable. But like a lot of men want to see the babies and hear the baby's first heartbeat. So we created a product that after the woman has gone for her first scan, she can put the product on the man's chest and he can hear the baby's first heartbeat. So what does that do? What did that do? It was incredibly moving for their relationship and for acknowledgement of the baby, and brought them to what Elevit does as a brand, gives something back as well as helps women during pregnancy. It enabled a conversation in China to have that it wasn't happening about the role of men and women during the whole process. And it created some cultural connection between Elevit and people who purchased the brand and people who engaged in it. So I think we have an ability to engage with people in terms of awareness, in terms of doing good and making a difference to society. And I think that's what's very thrilling.
How do you see the changing expectations of clients and sort of what media is, what advertising is, sort of what a campaign is and how you go about creating that?
I think there's, on one hand, huge change and paradoxically no change. So the no change is unless you have an idea that engages with people, there is no value in what you do. But then the huge change, as you know, is the absolute platforms, explosion of platforms, and the digital transformation and what that can mean. Because not only does it mean that we can communicate very personally as well as publicly, it also means that we can get to people through AI in anticipation of when they might want something, or when it may mean something very important to people. Up to, and three is we can actually make utilization, we can make products as benefits for people related to brands. So we can go beyond the bottle to something meaningful in people's life. So I think what's happened is that brands have become more useful, but they still need to retain that emotional engagement, because without that emotional engagement, no one will know about them and no one will want to be part of that utilization. First of all, I passionately believe in the value of video, and we'll use your old-fashioned term film, because of its ability to immerse and engage the audience. And as we know, what's so extraordinary now is you've got long form, almost going back to people being very, again paradoxically, very patient in binging on lots of long form, and then very short. One can get messages across in 3, 6, 10 seconds. So I think what's marvelous is that one can use film in many ways to be very fast in the message, very present, very now, and then be very immersive, be very informative. And I think what video does is, because of the production costs and because of the way it works and because of the distribution, we can get to people whenever, wherever, and we can get to them in very deep and profound ways. I think it's a very exciting medium. I'm also very interested in street and experience, and I think we're going to see more of that in Cannes, even though it may not be separated yet. So people are talking a lot about technology and AI. On the other hand, there are real experiences. The value of experiential. I think the uniqueness of experiences and brands owning those experiences will become increasingly important as, oddly enough, platform explosion becomes so broad and so available that people want something that is special to them. So I think the experience economy is truly going to happen in the marketing space. So watch out for me, a prediction and that we'll be looking at experience awards and not just AI awards in the future.